Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves left the country on Sunday for Venezuela to seek medical attention. Speaking on WEFM's Issues at Hand program, Prime Minister Gonsalves said he will be traveling to Venezuela and possibly to Cuba for medical attention on the advice of local doctors after experiencing an excruciating pain on Thursday night. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
I'm going to be traveling to Venezuela and possibly to Cuba for medical attention. On Thursday night, I didn't sleep well. I had an excruciating pain on my right side. And I went to the hospital on Good Friday. Attended to and looked after quite well by local doctors and other health personnel. But I was advised to go and do my full checkup. I did one last year in Cuba in July, and I was going straight to Cuba, but the Venezuelans insisted that I come there. In fact, the insistence is from the highest level. So that's where I'm going today.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. The Prime Minister said he is likely to miss the visit of Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex, and his wife, who will be visiting St. Vincent and the Grenadines for one day this Saturday on behalf of the Queen. Gonsalves stated that he has already written a letter to the Earl, which will be transmitted by the Cabinet Secretary. A Vincentian teacher has placed in the top 3 of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank ECCB's Growth and Resilience Dialogue Artificial Intelligence Data Challenge. Odion Hillocks, a teacher pursuing a Master of Science Data Science student at the University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus, his model sought to predict the monthly maximum temperature within an OCS territory. He received the cash prize of US $2,500. The Growth and Resilience Dialogue AI Data Challenge was part of the 6th Growth and Resilience Dialogue, which was held from April 6th to 7th. Director of Academic Affairs, Interim Head, School of Science, Computing and Artificial Intelligence, UWI 5 Islands Campus, and Chair of the AI Data Challenge, Dr. Curtis B. Charles, noted that the data challenge was just the beginning. He said the challenge aimed to raise the consciousness of our region to the fact that we need to collect the data because that is the only way to make data-driven decisions about how we continue to manage and mitigate and find solutions to the threats of global warming and climate change. There are currently 4 active cases of COVID-19 here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. According to the latest COVID-19 update released by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, dated April 16, 2022, there were 3 new rapid antigen cases confirmed in country. The country's number of COVID-19 related hospitalizations remains unchanged at 1. That patient is unvaccinated. SVG's COVID-19 death toll currently stands at 106, with 100 of the deceased being unvaccinated, 1 partially vaccinated, and 5 fully vaccinated. The positivity rate, according to the Health Ministry's latest report, is 0. Since March of 2020, there have been 6,751 PCR COVID-19 cases recorded in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. On to news in the region. Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown will on Thursday receive the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies, AFUWI, prestigious legacy award for his leadership, which facilitates nation building, strengthening regional alliances, and creating a legacy that future generations can build on. Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Sir Hilary Beckles, in a letter to the Prime Minister, said AFUWI is proud of Prime Minister Brown's stellar accomplishments as Prime Minister and Minister for Finance and Corporate Governance. Your passion and commitment to improving the lives of the people of your country are evidenced by the many initiatives that you and your administration have implemented to address matters germane to nation building, Hillary said. He said these include increasing the housing stock, reducing unemployment, improving healthcare via the upgrade of plant and equipment, increasing the number of medical practitioners, infrastructure upgrades of airports and seaports, funding for venture capital and entrepreneurial endeavors, and increasing investment in building a robust and competitive tourism industry. Schools in Tobago will reopen one day later on Wednesday as preparations are still being made to welcome both students and staff. According to Tobago House of Assembly THA Secretary of Education, Research and Technology Zarisha Hackett, there were some challenges in getting school furniture to the island. However, she said 85% of the furniture procured had arrived and the remaining furniture is expected to be ready on Wednesday. Hackett said the division would be working throughout the Easter weekend. Said the division worked throughout the Easter weekend to ensure that the furniture is delivered to the schools. She added, however, that schools have been properly equipped in keeping with COVID-19 protocols to ensure the safety of both staff and pupils. And on the international scene, a federal judge in Florida has struck down the Biden administration's mask mandate for airplanes and other forms of public transit, calling it unlawful. U.S. District Judge Catherine Kimball Mizell said the National Public Health Agency had exceeded its legal powers in issuing the mandate. The U.S. Transit Authority said it would now no longer enforce mask wearing. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, just last week extended the mandate until May 3rd. Judge Mizell is based in Florida, but federal judges can issue rulings that block nationwide government policies. Her order on Monday effectively removes the masking requirement in all airports, trains, taxis, and transit hubs. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki called the decision disappointing and noted that the CDC still recommends travelers cover their mouths and noses. And finally, in sports, England's 3 group matches at the Women's European Championship and the final at Wembley have sold out. Manchester United's Old Trafford is hosting the opening ceremony on July 6th, followed by England against Austria in the 73,200 capacity stadium. More than 30,000 fans will then watch England play Norway in Brighton and Northern Ireland in Southampton. The final at Wembley on July 31st is set to break the attendance record for a women's football match in England. The current record is the London 2012 Olympics final, when the United States beat Japan in front of 80,203 spectators. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts, St. Vincent Limited.
Happiness is the best deals. Happiness is great savings. Happiness is the best deals and great savings. Only at Quartz. Shop today with no cash and get 30 days to pay with ready finance. Only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
99.9